So this is a very different way of negotiating trade agreements. And I actually don't think you can look at these framework deals in the traditional sense as trade agreements that we've seen in the past, where there's multiple negotiating rounds, where you refine the text before it gets to the principal and then it's issued. I really view these as the start of negotiating rounds that we're going to see over the next weeks, months, and maybe even years. The reality is it takes a long time to get at this significant kind of politically entrenched trade issues between countries. And I do think at the end of the day, that is what they're trying to get at. They're frustrated by years and years of jobs getting offshored and want to deal with those non-tariff barriers and unbalanced trade through different levels of tariffs by trying to counteract that and get folks to the negotiating table. There's clearly a shock and awe aspect to this, to threaten the use of tariffs and bring them to the table. But right now, I think we're seeing the result of that. There hasn't been enough time to really negotiate among the parties. And you're seeing these kind of like high level framework deals that have investment commitments, but it's unclear at this stage where they're going to go. I think we're going to see more discussions.
Ryan, why do you think the Trump administration believes it's good trade policy to tax American businesses and tax American consumers to bring back manufacturing jobs to an economy that is already at full employment?
So I think the story is a bit more complicated than that. Certainly, there is going to be degrees of tariffs getting passed on to consumers. That's unquestionable. But they're trying to deal with these kind of broader concerns of, we have liberalized our market over the last 70 or 80 years. And other countries have not done that to the same degree. And I really do think at the end of the day, you have to, even with all the kind of shifting sands in the trade policy and the on again, off again, at the end of the day, they're trying to bring back manufacturing jobs and rebalance trade. And they think the tariffs are the best way to do that, that they create leverage and they're going to get folks to the table. And there's no question it's done that. I think the ultimate question will be, right. What are the impacts of this? What are the kind of
Ryan, is the president listening to our conversation?
Oh, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. Ryan, aren't the greatest beneficiaries of globalization the American consumer?
Undoubtedly, we've benefited.
So why are we changing policy here?
So there's two sides to the story. We've benefited from globalization, but there's no question that admitting China to the WTO and kind of the broader scope approach that we took with globalization has had impacts on the country. And so I think you're seeing kind of a response to that.
Ryan, the president tweets now, the August 1st deadline is the August 1st deadline. It stands strong and will not be extended. A big day for America. Ryan, is August 1st a big day for all Americans?
I honestly think they're going to issue a lot of tariffs on August 1st. I don't think we're going to see many extensions. I think we may see them on China. But, I think they feel empowered to, despite the high level of tariffs that we're currently seeing. We have an average tariff rate of nearly 20%. The stock market's doing great. Consumer prices have started to uptick, but aren't as concerning as feared. Inflation hasn't ticked up. So until those things start to become headwinds, significant headwinds, I think they're going to feel emboldened to try this out and test it.